Yeah, so it's the 13th anniversary of Breaking Bad's premiere was yesterday. So it got me thinking this morning, which TV show do you wish you could go back and watch for the first time? Like, do you wish you'd never seen so you could start it all over again? Oh, some good ones. Breaking Bad, Sopranos, The Wire, Game of Thrones.
Where do we currently stand in hour number 3, Chris?
14%.
The Wire, right?
The Wire. 24% Sopranos, 26% Game of Thrones, 35.5% Breaking Bad.
Look, you know how I feel about Breaking Bad, man. To me, it's the best drama in the history of basic cable, which has more of a construct or constriction placed on it than premium cable and pay cable, which is just like anything goes. Okay? And The Sopranos, if you remember, when The Sopranos first came out, the concept was that it was derivative of the movie Analyze This. Do you remember that?
That's what people thought.
Where it's just where De Niro's the mobster in therapy with Billy Crystal, and instead of it being Billy Crystal as the therapist, it's Dr. Melfi. Right?
Right.
Lorraine Bracco, the actress, who
amazing
has, you know, one of many, Uncle June being the connection of mobster films. You know, he was Johnny Ola in The Godfather, and now he was Uncle June in The Sopranos, and Lorraine Bracco, who is in Goodfellas as the wife, and Karen.
And a lot of those guys were in Bronx Tale and Goodfellas as well,
right,
Tony
exactly.
Sirico
So at any rate, truly groundbreaking television, and Game of Thrones is something that you're upset. You said before the show you'd rather not have ever watched it because of how it ended. Like literally, that's your take on it, Chris?
My take on Game of Thrones now is that it was a complete and gigantic waste of time. I wasted 80-something hours watching Game of Thrones because of how it ended. The last season of Game of Thrones truly ruins now. When I think about Game of Thrones, all I can think about is how terrible the ending was, and it ruins the joy I had, joy in quotes, because, you know, there's so many awful parts of your favorite people dying.
Right.
That I experienced for the first 7 seasons.
Now you know how Raiders fans feel about the Tuck Rule game.
Wow.
It was
the ending was terrible.
They went to the Super Bowl the next year.
The entire season, you're just like, why go along for the ride? You know, it's a horrible ending.
That's funny.
No, look, as you know, we all know the books that it was based on.
They're still not done.
They're not done.
Yeah.
So they came up with their own ending.
I get it, but again,
I mean, that last season
was just so rushed. Like,
but
clearly,
the fact, but the first several seasons of the show is amazing.
For sure.
So you won't, when they come up with a sequel or the prequel, you're not gonna buy in.
I am not sure yet if I'm going to watch.
You're going to buy it.
What is it? The Targaryen one is coming out soon?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I mean, we'll watch.
I just don't know if I can do it, though, because it was so bad. The whole series has been soured for me.
But once again, when it comes to these poll questions on movies and TVs and pop culture, you know, where I don't know why I voted for the last one. When anybody tells me that they have never seen The Wire, I'm jealous. The Wire is so remarkable. The Wire is one of the best shows in television history. I can't even keep track of how many characters there are on The Wire. And I know the Sopranos cast is sprawling. The Game of Thrones, I mean, you need to come up with Wikipedia or whatever, you know, Thronesopedia or whatever to try and follow it.
Wiki Thrones.
Wiki Thrones or whatever. But
it's a real thing.
You know, it really is a remarkable, and one of the greatest anti-heroes of all time is Tony Soprano, right?
Right.
Stringer Bell from The Wire is right up there, man. Right up there. All of these shows pretty much have some anti-heroes.
Yeah, big time.
You know?
Big time.
Obviously, from Breaking Bad, Walter White and Tony Soprano, and also from The Wire is Stringer Bell. I mean,
and then, you know, if you haven't seen it, but, you know, Khaleesi takes a turn.
Oh, spoiler alert, sir.
I mean,
if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I mean, it's only the biggest show of the last 20 years.
Which you wish you never seen. So.
I wish I'd never seen it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.